Speaker, there is a time-worn refrain that justice must not only be done, but be seen to be done. Well, here in Jamaica, too many cases occur where neither of that is true. The next PNP government will focus on social justice, constitutional reform, and some other vexing issues to which I next turn. Mr. Speaker, the situation in Jamaica with respect to beach access is unacceptable. Why should this be the country in the Caribbean that denies our people access to most of the country's beaches? It should be a benefit and joy of island life, and we will restore it to our people. We are committed. We are committed to implementing a progressive beach access policy to ensure that the public has reasonable access to Jamaica's beaches. We will work with all stakeholders, including communities which have historically used beaches for recreation and fishing, and also with our tourism interests to secure appropriate rights of access for the public to be able to enjoy our beaches. If necessary, we will use legislation to protect the public interest in having reasonable beach access while protecting the legitimate interests of business owners. Mr. Speaker, domestic and gender-based violence are a serious problem in our country. The support system for victims of gender-based violence need to be strengthened. And the cultural attitudes and practices that normalize that behavior need to be re-engineered through public education and in our school system. We will establish support centers in every parish to provide safe havens for the survivors of domestic violence and gender-based violence. And we will move quickly to complete this long outstanding review of the Domestic Violence Act and to implement the recommendations arising from that review so that there's a more effective system for holding abusers to account. Mr. Speaker, the people of Jamaica want justice in many areas of life where the system fails to protect their rights. As it stands, our public defender, that institution, has no power to take action in court to defend those who are not able to defend themselves. We will enact legislation to empower the public defender to bring legal proceedings to defend the rights of vulnerable Jamaicans. And you don't know that to be true and you're a Minister of Justice? Shame on you. Shame on you. We will also expand the scope of the Office of Public Defender to become a national human rights institution. As a full-blown national human rights institution, it will monitor and report on Jamaica's performance in respecting the rights of our citizens. Mr. Speaker, as Minister of Justice, I started that process over a decade ago. It has been abandoned by this government. We will revive it and make it happen. Mr. Speaker, many disputes of a civil nature, such as issues concerning land and dead-left property and so on, lead to acts of violence because people cannot afford lawyers to defend their interests. We will expand the legal aid system in partnership with the legal profession to include a range of constitutional and civil matters so that people can get help to access their rights in important areas of their lives, including property matters, estate matters, personal injury cases, and employment cases. We are going to bring rights to the people of Jamaica because they deserve their rights. Mr. Speaker, as a small island developing state, Jamaica depends on the rules of international law for our protection. We will complete the long outstanding process of enacting domestic legislation here in Jamaica to enable our country to accede to the jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court. It is a missing element in the current accountability framework for those who abuse power in this country. As Minister of Justice, I started that process over a decade ago. Again, it has been abandoned by this government. We will make it happen. Mr. Speaker, no, he did pass some dog bite legislation. He did pass some dog bite legislation. Mr. Speaker, as Minister of Justice, I pioneered Jamaica's transformation in relation to ganja. It was our intention that apart from eliminating the human rights abuse around personal use of ganja, which has been meant that over 10,000 persons per year are no longer going through the criminal justice system, no longer getting criminal records, having a right to have their records expunged, etc. But I had also intended that it would be a source of wealth creation and empowerment for small farmers who developed Jamaica's ganja industry through the century of prohibition, and for the Rastafari community and the Maroons who have a special relationship with the herb, either as a sacrament or as a medicinal plant. The process has withered. The process has withered to a standstill under this incompetent and visionless government. We will ensure that small farmers are empowered to participate fully in the medicinal and therapeutic ganja industry. We will also work with the Rastafari community to design an ecosystem for them to reap economic benefits from their herb. And we'll do the same for the Maroons, so they can leverage their traditional cultural knowledge of herbal medicine. Time come for the rights of our indigenous people to be respected. Mr. Speaker, the local economy in communities across Jamaica benefits significantly from entertainment events, like a little round robin or a little fish fry. However, there is a lack of clarity as to the required arrangements to keep those events. Permits are too often withheld, set up as well, thank you. Permits are too often withheld in circumstances which lack transparency and appear unfair to residents. I don't know about you, I get so many complaints about that. The system is crying out to be overhauled and put on a clear and equitable footing. In keeping with our belief in consultation with communities in decision making, we will develop balanced and clear guidelines so that the nighttime entertainment in communities can be put on a clear footing and people know what their rights are, and people no longer feel that they are being oppressed by an unfair system.